Hey, welcome back. This is an Evony video about the newer event, Poseidon's Day. This event came on a lot last year, 2024, towards the end of the year. It's a good event, for decorations and stuff. It's not the highest resources, but let's kick this off real quick. The first three things you're going to need is, the first one is the cable rope. This is how far you can descend. I've never had an issue with that. It's a good issue to have if you can't go far enough because 550 is pretty good ways down there. The next thing is the lead sinker. That's how far it'll descend when you first drop it in the water. So, when you start playing, you realize it goes so deep, when you first cast or whatever. And then the last thing is the fish hook. This allows you to catch 20 fish when you get it all the way leveled up. If you got it level 5, you're catching 5 fish, whatever. But you got to get all three of these things leveled up. Otherwise, you can't pick the amount of tries you want to use at once. You can only use one. This conch horn, we'll talk about that in a minute. You only get that from packs, and you only get it from the biggest pack. The next thing is the lamp. It's pretty useful whenever you get down towards like the dark. It's not the best thing in the world because it's not very big, and it's hard to be that good to go within that amount of time. The next thing is the sensor. This kind of notifies you when like a rare fish is around, but to be honest, when you're in that moment, you're not going to pay attention to it that much, in my opinion. The stabilizer is probably the best thing. This lets you get an extra hit when you're diving down. Instead of 3 and then going up, you get 4. You get that 4th hit before you start going up. As far as the packs, you can see the $1 pack gives you one of each, so it's the better deal for the smaller ones, but it only lets you get a certain amount of each of the smaller ones, I believe. The biggest one's obviously going to give you the most, 50. But for $100, you're getting 50, and then for the small one, it's 1 for $1. This next one was 3 for $5. So it's weird how they priced it, but the last pack's pretty good because you get your generals. As far as the fish stuff goes, like the unlocking and all that stuff, for the most part, you just want to get deeper down in the water so you can get the better stuff, like the dolphin sharks and whales, and then that blue fish and the sailfish and all that good stuff. Even the king crabs are better than the regular crabs. So the deeper you go, the better. And then you'll see these rare objects, the Wheel of Fortune, treasure chest. These are the hardest things it's going to be to unlock. And you got to unlock everything to really do good and win the keep, which is what most people play this game for. And then you've also got statues, which in my opinion, they ain't that rare. I see them pretty regularly. You can see I've obviously got those all unlocked. But as far as you going and winning like gems and stuff like that, you'll win a little bit here and there, and then you win. The first thing is the avatar frame. It's pretty cool. And then the next one, you win some more gems, but you win the merit jade and the golden twig. That's pretty cool in my opinion. That stuff's pretty handy. And then you're a little bit of resources, and like I said, it's not the most for the resources. It's not like Arctic barbarians, but they don't cost no resources either. The last thing you get is the Poseidon's patrol. And it's pretty cool. You'll see here in a second. But the one thing I do like about this is it lasts 30 days instead of 14 days. 14 days, you can only do 1 SVS. 30 days, you can actually do 3 SVSs if you time it right and start on Friday. You can see on the charts right here, it goes by the seashells. So I'm in 25th or 26th, so I'm obviously not doing too good right here. But I've not been playing very much this week. You got to be very consistent on this game as far as this event goes itself. The packages you can buy, there's a $5 one and a $20 one. For the $5 one, for the price, it's not bad. You get 20 of the ruby necklaces for your champion, so I actually like that. And then once you unlock those first 3 things we was talking about, you get up to 10 tries. So when you don't have those the cable, the sinker, and the hook unlocked, you can only have 1 try at a time. But when you unlock, all those levels maxed out or whatever for those 3 things, you can pick 1, 2, 5, or 8 tries out of the 10 tries that you got. So if you don't have time to, sit there and play it, some people enjoy to play it so they can play it more. But most people will hit the times 5 or whatever and just do twice. That's what I do anyways. And when you do that, it doesn't take nearly as long. When you're diving down, you can see that it starts getting dark, obviously. When it does get dark, you'll see better stuff, they say, although you can still see catfish and stuff, obviously, so that's not 100% true, but you can still get more rare items down there. And you can see I'm only going to like 400 right now, and I've been in the dark for a minute. So that 550 is, if you're getting down that deep, you know, you're doing pretty good, obviously. But I try to win like any trophy or anything like that I can see, or the gear, or, you know, just any of that stuff, and especially the chest. That's what I'm really after. If I can see those chests, that's definitely what I want, because it's the hardest thing to get that list done. Another thing about that $5 and $20 pack, on the thing that said 50 levels to it, the $20 pack gives you a 50% win rate. So if you want to win the keep, you pretty much got to buy the $5 and the $20 pack, because you got to get that 50% to win, you know, the keep. Because the thing that kind of sucks is, out of the keeps, you know, you only get 3 top winners to get the keep out of 5 different servers. Mine's 1710 through 1714. That thing that I just did, that was using those pitchforks, and you can see I didn't win anything really good. Sometimes you can win the prime deep sea fishing thing, but most of the time you don't really win much off of casting that net, stuff like that in there. And then the keep, this is what the keep looks like. It's pretty good. The buffs are actually decent. You get enemy troop defense -10, construction speed +40, which is good if you're building stuff. And then your ground troop and mounted troop attack and HP is +20%. So that's pretty good. And not just that, like I was saying, it's 30 days. And so I'm on 15 days left right now. And we're about to start our SVS. So I'm going to be able to do 3 SVSs with those buffs. And I don't use ground and mounted that much. But, you know, it's still nice to have. And then most of these keeps, you can see there's only 3 or 4 that have 30 days. The rest of them are all 14 days if you unlock them through these events. And the ones that are 30 days are like really rare, like that Skull Island, that King Kong event. Most people's never even seen that event. It hardly ever comes around. But I'll show you the march real quick, because that's another thing that most people like, as far as decorations go. People like their keeps, and they like their marches pretty good. So the march is pretty cool as well. But yeah, that's pretty much it. And the event is really fun. But the thing is like I said, every 15 minutes you get a try. And so once you get to 10 tries, 2.5 hours, it doesn't get no more. So you got to use those 10 tries. You got to be on it very consistently if you want to win the event. But good luck, guys.